The judge already signed this with you.
Okay.
This is trying to give you his, you can read it, fraud and forgery ownership.
Yeah.
You already took the papers to the judge, and the judge saw it, and you said, yes, it is fraud and all that. That's there, and the signature of the judge where he says this, what it is. Now the court has to file that.
Okay.
But it's taking too damn long, so I can go file it. So I told the lawyer, how come you haven't filed it? Well, the judge and the lawyer, the judge hasn't done it. Well, shit, I'll go file it. Even if it costs me, I'll get it in there.
Yeah.
I want to get it in there, so if we try to sell the house, and they look at the lady birthday, they're gonna stop us on the lady birthday, but then when we have that to show that it's no good, maybe they'll proceed forward.
Yeah.
You see? So I don't know if you all want me to go ahead and file it?
I say go file it, right? Let's rock and roll. Let's fucking do it. Like if it's
Or wait until the judge files it whenever he feels like.
Ya es mucho tiempo. You know, like this is what we're waiting for, and I know the attorney's doing what we asked for. I also know that, like, I'm sure there's a whole bunch of assholes who came through who were like, want to sue or have whatever issues, right? So he's probably getting it. So I know it's gonna take a minute, but yeah, if it's gonna be easier, let's go file
to
it.
get it in there.
Yeah, let's get in. Yeah.
Just tell it in there, I don't know if you all want to, don't want to, what the hell, wait until the judge does it. The judge might take
Yeah.
forever.
Whatever gets it, you know me, I'll go sit there and I'll just sit and wait until someone talks to me, and then I'm like, who do I have to go to? What do I have to do?
Well, I'll just take it to the court.
Yeah.
And tell them that I want to file that, and then take the lady birthday down. This lady birthday is no good, but this is to prove it's no good because the judge already signed it. It's got the judge signature and everything.
Yeah.
So they can see it and file it.
Yeah.
Just to have it in the courts. You see?
Okay. Yeah.
So
it's just
I will
there.
do that next week.
Okay.
We'll fight it, but I don't know what. Yeah, and Susan is always fighting me, so I don't know. I'll tell her about that too,
Yeah.
and that's what we're gonna do.
And it's just a matter of just being. Cause I know all we have to do is get enough paperwork against Pedro, right? Enough evidence. But it can't just be stuff that he's done. We have to make a report every time. That's why when I made the police report, we filed it on next to the Lady Bird deed, where all of us say we don't approve of that. That's one thing. You doing this. You know, that's why they say, like, when somebody's hitting their wife, and the wife calls the cops. You know, well, ma'am, did he do it? Why didn't you report?
Well, and then like, aquí está el papel, el copy, ¿te acuerdas de la said que if they run it through a petition to get people to sign it, that runs about $3,000 to $4,000.
Okay.
Now, we can wait, and when we go to probate court, we can tell the judge there, look, we're having trouble with this, we're all fixed incomes, we can be paying taxes, you don't wanna let us sell it, and maybe he'll sign it.
Yeah.
And we can go without paying that $4,000 or $3,000.
Yeah. Maybe he'll feel bad for us. And just
Yeah,
make sure
yeah.
that, that's
When he
what we're
sees all he did wrong, maybe he'll say, okay, I'll sign it.
Yeah.
It's being an ass.
Yeah.
We can try that.
Yeah.
Another one that I was thinking, if we sell, everybody sells their part, you know, like you say you sell your third, I sell my third, whatever, let's say $20,000 to whoever. You can sell it to whoever.
Push title.
Then that person that buys all those parts from us really owns more of the house than he does. He only owns 1/3.
Yeah.
And then either he has to sign it
Yeah.
or buy that guy off.
Yeah.
You see? We can go that way. I mean, you know, it still has one.
So that's my other point. So I've been talking to Will about it. This is the house I grew up in, right? And I've tried before to see. Now we're a better credit score, and now we're a better income. So I asked, what other options are we? And my broker said, you can also do a push title, which means how much do you think the house would sell for? And I said, honestly, right now, I think you could buy about $240 for this house, right? But then they would come in here, do inspections, and start chipping us down because, I see this, whatever. So let's say 180. 180 divided by 8 of us is about $24,000 each. So if you just offer each person $24,000, you get a loan for that much money, and you offer each person $24,000, and they go on their way. It's a push title, and they just hand over their title to you.
Their part, they'll send it to you, let's say.
Yeah, and that was just it. I talked about it, and Christopher talked about it, but this is us. Like, I wanted to make sure it's solid before we start telling you about it. But he's like, yeah, why don't you turn it into a rental? Put some food trucks right there. Just let it be, make some money, but it's right here in the middle of the thing. But it's also, the older I'm getting, the more hesitant I am to, like, let
Take
it.
a chance.
Yeah, But also let the house go, you know?
But then, that's the best investment you can do here in this neighborhood. You know, downtown is moving this way.
Yeah, there's a big fucking building right here when I walk off the highway. You know, it's gonna be worth more. And also we did the math in about 6 years, because like 3 things are gonna be popping up. The house is gonna be worth about 300,000. So it's gonna be going up quickly. All these little houses and all these big companies are trying to buy. I've already found out that they've been offering life estates. So all these little viejitas over here, their sons are living with them, whatever. We'll give you this much money. You'll sign it over to us. When you die, we get to claim it.
Yeah.
And so they've already started picking up all these houses. So this is gonna, change. So
And then the school, the park, all that makes the value go up. It's a commercial residence here zone.
Yeah.
So you can even build a fucking apartment or whatever.
Yeah.
So all that, this house is gonna be worth more in a couple of years. Whoever's young to be here, you're young, you do, we don't.
Yeah.
You know, because we're already too fucking old to be going through all this shit.
Yeah.
Renting it and trying to get people to pay us rent and I don't want that shit.
Yeah.
So like you that's young, somebody that's young, yeah, you can take that chance and got all these years to give ahead and make money out of it and walk away from all that shit.
Yeah.
But to find somebody that wants to take the chance, that's another thing. You see, and that's what it was said, like you're saying, that we all you pay us a share, then you only.
Yeah, you're just valuing one person, and each person gets, and then each person can deal with their money the way they want to.
Yes.
Right? And so, think about it. You don't have to say yes or no, but that's actually what I've been thinking about the most, because if like you just were able to, then this house gets to stay, and then we get to keep fixing it up and turning it into rental, because it is. You know, I've gotten 216 phone calls about the house, and one lady even says, "Right now, I'll offer you cash. Don't tell it to anybody. Let's be the first ones to see it." I'm like, "Well, shit, great." But if they immediately go to their title company or their bank, and the bank says, "Okay, let's find out the information on this house," and they find out that there's 8 owners, 2 that are dead that have children, 1's in prison, and then this, immediately the price starts going down because they can't.
They're gonna say, "Fuck, I ain't gonna go through the headache."
Yeah, or they're gonna say, "You know what? We don't want to do with this shit. I'll give you 110,000 for this whole house."
I'll give you $1 for the milk, and I'll deal with all that crap.
Exactly.
Pay the money. And
Exactly, and so
that's why I was always thinking, we sell our parts. Like Janie, me, Albert, but we do fucking sell our parts, get the money, do whatever we want to do with it, and whoever takes over, like a young person or a young couple, whatever, hey man, you can have it. But we don't want it.
how does that feel about 24,000?
Well, I'll look into that, how much the house is worth and all that, and divide it into. I'm shooting for Janie, me, Susan, Albert, and you, 5, because it's family.
Yes.
The other ones, well, I don't know if they want to sell, they don't want to sell, they want to be assets, whatever.
Yeah.
It's not my goddamn problem.
Yeah.
You see? And that's what, we divide it into all of us, and then like she likes it, the price, she goes for it. If she doesn't, well, that's her, she's got an option to argue the point.
Yes, absolutely. Negotiate what you want.
Yes.
And you're right. And it is. And I'm taking like me out. Like I wouldn't pay myself, right? So it makes me easier to be a smaller loan because I'm not really taking.
Yeah, you gotta get the house.
Yeah, so I don't need to pay me. So just make sure that everybody gets something that's fair, that's worth the value that you step out. And it's just it. Like I just know that it's gonna be worth it, and I know while we're dealing with this, I have no problem dealing with him.
Well, everybody has a problem with me.
Yeah, it's just that.
And you gotta start thinking. He got sick. He was in the hospital. The motherfucker dies. Now we got 3 people to fuck around. There are 2 sons and their wife.
Yeah.
So we have to try to take care of this before something happens to this. Because we can die too. I don't care. But I'm telling you, if he dies, we're fucked.
Yeah.
So we have to move this faster because I don't know what condition he is.
Yeah.
And you say buy the house, you sell you their part, get rid of him, and you do what you gotta do.
And it's important with all the stuff that's going on, like taxes coming up. I had full intention of paying like the first half of it. Because if you pay half of it in November, then you can wait all the way to June to pay the other half, right? So you don't have to pay all at once. And it's gonna be about $3,000 again. But it's easier if I paid it in payments. So I was gonna make the commitment so that nobody else has to, because I have a feeling he's not going to.
I have a feeling he's not. Because I don't know he's being served with those papers saying that he's living for game, what the fuck. And he's gonna be more pissed.
To finally practice conclusion of law regarding government.
But you see, I still got your money that you paid last year for the taxes.
Wait, is this to create?
And then You have,
Oh, this is to denounce the Lady Bird deed as a lien
Yeah.
on the house.
that's what I'm telling you. I want to
Okay.
file it, it's not filed yet.
Okay, what do you know about what the court was saying about giving you that, remember there's a paper that you can take to the bank and it'll freeze all the account? What do you know about?
Okay, that, he filed everything. When did we were, me and her went, and then that Tuesday, he said by Tuesday I'll do it, and I checked on it, and he filed all that for probate court.
Okay.
The probate court needed some more paperwork,
Okay.
and did you see, when you wait for, like I said, you wait for the judge gonna do it whenever he feels like.
Yeah.
So I told him, yeah, but we're paying you. So he said, okay, by Tuesday I'll walk all his papers there, and he did walk on all of it. So
Perfect.
now they filed.
So because we have that, I also am working on the idea
That's what I was
of
thinking.
creating a lien for funds. Like if that happens, because there's a lien that we pay for about $50,000. That's enough for a lien because I don't want it to happen where like you put the idea in my head and I looked it up. If something were to happen quickly before any of this solidifies, Birdie decides to sell and get out of here, it's gonna be hard to,
Yeah,
it's to put a lien on that house.
yeah, but you have, what kind of reason you're gonna do it?
Well, it's that, like, when you have that document that says, I'm waiting on that, because the minute you have that document that says, you can immediately say, well, where was the authorization to get this funds out to pay for this lien? That's the first thing I want to look for, is the 47 or whatever else, because if we can get that, that's enough to put a lien on their house so they can't get out until we get paid. I mean, that's the last thing. I don't need you guys running around, because I realized this is also what Dad did. When Mom was getting sick, Dad started moving his money around like this, so that way, the government didn't see it, so they would charge him extra taxes for Mom's Medicare. So, because I was the one who did it, I was the one who introduced the lawyer and figured out how
We
to.
went to the lawyer when he did all that, he's gonna give him the money to keep it and all that shit, hide it or whatever you call it.
Yeah, it was just to hide it, so that Mom, but so it's a matter of just moving it around. So all you have to do is move it, and if you think about the right amounts, you can kind of, you know what I'm saying? So, if you put in a lien, you can put a lien on all property, which means not just that, but anything inside, vehicles, everything else, you can't, until you give it to us, you know?
Or they get straightened out, 40 inches above.
Exactly.
And then you can sell.
Yeah, or then we could just say, or if you find out in court that, oh wow, you took out $100,000 without authorization after your father passed away, well that right there is a real lien. You know, those are all.
But I think the way it's working here, I think, the grandpa had the money on his retirement, and every quarterly the money goes to savings. Because Billy hasn't changed that name yet on the account.
Mm-hmm.
But he has the right to go in there. So I think that's what he's doing. He's leaving from the retirement or taking money from the retirement.
Yeah.
I think, I don't know, because I haven't been in there to look at none of this shit.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that's what I think. You know, you assume a lot of fucking things when you're going through this, and when you've done that, you keep on thinking ways how to try to get out of this headache.
Yeah.
One of them was, like I told you, sell the parts, fuck it.
Yeah.
There was another one that I thought about. But I forgot about it. But anyway, there's gotta be another way how to do it. I know it's not nasty and it's not against the law because you're legally selling your part to somebody.
Yeah.
Because we gotta watch some of that shit that we do, because he might, like the lawyer said last time, you know, you gotta watch it because you find something. And he doesn't have a lawyer. I don't think so, because the lawyer says he had any lawyer, the lawyer would have contacted me once they start serving papers and shit like that.
Yeah.
So I don't think he has one.
I think he was just talking shit. But then it's those things that he just
He
said.
thought we were gonna walk away.
Yeah.
And he said what he said.
Well, we've done it before. We're like, oh, well, he knows better. You know?
Well.
We never pushed it. You never, you know?
And I think that's what's going on, but you know, since we're here, we're gonna talk about it. I wanna talk, well, as soon as I get here, because everything you're saying, you're gonna have to say it again, because then she said, they didn't tell me.
Well, that's why I recorded the whole conversation. Because I wanted to play it for later, because I know we're going to have a conversation, but I also, like, you want to meet again so we can talk about this, but this now's the time to talk with your spouses and be like, listen.
Because it's getting old.
Yeah.
The shit is getting old.
Yeah.
And I'm tired of cutting that fucking grass.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is bullshit.
Yeah.
And I only cut from this house all the way around to this. I don't cut none of that shit.
Yeah.
They came and cut it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Virgie and Pedro came and started cutting all that. But I was really grow.